everyone, it's Lel, and in this video we're going to talk about episode 30 from Tropical-Rouge Precure, an episode in which we saw Laura being Laura and, her just wanting to show off and be the queen. And I feel like every time I see Laura, I see a character that we've never seen in Precure before, and she feels so fresh in the franchise. I really like her presence. And she is so unapologetically high and mighty that I can't see her in another way as, like, the only feeling I have for Laura is love, because she just loves herself so much. She is so absorbed in her own mind and in her own world and how perfect she is. I just feel compelled. I just love everything about it. And when I saw the summary for this episode, I thought that Laura was going to use this experience as trying to be the president as like a training to be the queen. And well, in a way it was. But at the same time, I thought that she was going to take it seriously, and she actually didn't. And this episode was just very funny, and it tried to be very funny. It didn't take itself seriously at all. And I feel like this episode worked more as a prelude to Asuka's story than to a Laura episode. So let's talk. I don't think there is much to say, but let's talk about it nonetheless. I really liked the Laura, high and mighty Laura scenes, and the way she was adamant in believing that she was gonna win the votes and people were gonna vote for her. And I felt like they could have used this as an opportunity to make her notice things and to actually listen to what people want and not to what she thinks people want. I feel like they did this, but in a different way. I'm gonna get there. But I felt that Laura was not listening to anyone. And that is something that a queen, in a world like Precure, not talking about our real world, but in a world like Precure, a queen is definitely someone who will notice people's needs. And usually people's needs isn't exactly what people actually want. It's like what is going to make their lives better and how we can make things better. And Laura was just thinking of like things that would please people, but she wasn't thinking about all the logistics behind it. And the other students noticed and were like, it's not gonna work. It would be nice, but it's not gonna work. And instead of Laura making this realization, I feel like this episode took a route that I was not expecting, and I liked it, which is the girls were the ones who actually started talking about the things that Laura said and how to apply it in real situations in their schools. For example, Sango talked about makeup, Milady talked about books, and Asuka talked about scuba diving. And so like those little details, so in character to the characters and what they were talking about, really made this episode for me. And this is another thing that I always talk about when talking about Tropical-Rouge. Every character gets a little spotlight in the episodes, and I feel like this episode was no different. And when it got to the time for them to make their final speech, Laura got there and the girls were fighting at the same time, so Laura didn't make her speech. She didn't finish her speech. She decided to go and join the other girls during the fight. And the fight was a usual Tropical-Rouge fight, especially after last episode. Come on. This was like usual Tropical-Rouge level of battles. And like it was very annoying seeing the girls not being able to defend themselves against that monster. And I know it's a stronger Yadaneda, but it's always been like this in Tropical-Rouge. Like they needed to wait for Laura to arrive, which is fine. But they could have thought of a different strategy. They could have, battled and defended themselves. No, they just got hit after hit after hit. They didn't do anything. They didn't even try to do anything. So when I say I don't like the Tropical-Rouge battles, this is a perfect example. And when when Laura arrived and transformed into Lemaire, it was a super nice scene of her like, okay, you're my friends, I am here with you, I want to join you. And so she joins them and she did like a roundhouse kick. It was super, super cool. But that was it. The fight was over. They performed their attack, and that's it. So Laura lost the election, and obviously she was like, if I made my speech, I would have won. I love it about her. And, you know, at the end, it was just an experience for her to become the queen. I hope this plays out at the end of the series. And I feel like there was also another message, which is more important than me making my speech is me being with my friends and staying with them. My friends are my priority. So I like that, and I wonder if that's gonna play out a role in her becoming the queen in the future. Like if she doesn't want to become a queen because she wants to stay with her friends. I don't know. I feel like this might be a possibility for Laura, even though I still think she's gonna become the future queen of Grand Ocean. But now let's talk about what really mattered in this episode, which was Asuka. Right at the start, we had a scene in which Laura was walking the hallway saying she was going to enroll to become the next president, and Yuriko was listening to everything. I loved that scene. And we obviously saw the tension between Yuriko and Asuka. I mean, the episode stopped just to show us how they were looking at each other and the animosity between them at that scene. I mean, we've seen that a long time ago and lots of times being repeated over and over again during the series. And in this episode, we also learned from the teacher that Asuka actually played in the tennis club together with Yuriko, and they were partners. And we even see a past moment of them maybe winning a competition or something like that. So they were good together. We've already speculated about that, but now we have official confirmation. That is amazing. And I feel like this episode kind of focused a little bit on Asuka in certain moments. Like when the girls were talking and they were like surprised that Asuka was part of the tennis club. And Minori was like, oh, I already knew this, but I didn't think it was anything important or relevant. And then Asuka was inside the Tropical Club room, and then she comes out and she's wondering about something. So this is definitely gonna play out in the next episode, because next episode we're finally getting answers, or we might get answers, but I'm pretty sure everything's gonna be in the next episode. We've had a big Milani moment in episode 28, and now we're gonna have a big Asuka moment in episode 31. I think, like, based on the preview, we're gonna have an amazing story, and I just can't wait to see this, because I feel like this is gonna be very strong, and at least judging by the preview, it's gonna be super dramatic. I love it. So I really want to see Tropical-Rouge getting all dramatic, because it hasn't really gone there that much in like character stories. So I feel like this might be the time, and I really wonder what's gonna happen. So next episode, this was mentioned in this episode. Yuriko's graduating. Asuka's also graduating soon. One of the producers even said that this is going to be part of Asuka's story in the season, her graduation. And so next episode, the graduating class is gonna go to a trip. And Laura seems to go together with Asuka as well. And so things are going to happen there, because Numini is going to be the conductor of the train, it seems. Girl, I'm going to love this. I am going to love this. I mean, Numini is amazing. Shongiri in this episode was amazing. And Kururun in this episode was also amazing. Because Kururun was just there eating the shell cookies like it's the best thing ever. Who doesn't love Kururun? Come on. Kururun supremacy here, okay? We are all praising Kururun. Anyways, this is my view on episode 30 from Tropical-Rouge. Please leave a comment with yours. Let's keep talking in the comment box below. And I want to take this time to thank the members of the Magical Cinema channel. If you are a member, thank you very much for the support. Thank you very much for standing by me. And if you've watched up to now, thank you so much as well. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time. Bye-bye.